Hi guys, welcome to this final session in this three-part series on drawing this quick charcoal sketch of a cast or a sculpture actually from the Met Museum collection. So if you've been following along with the other ones, you'll know that you can get the original image. The link is just in the description on YouTube below. And you can follow along with the same one, or you can have a look through the collection and find your own to work from. I highly recommend it as a source for copying or subjects to work from for these sorts of drawing studies, and you could even paint them as well. So today we're using slightly different materials. The first two sessions I was just using a kneadable eraser and some very soft charcoal, and this week I've swapped over to also use some hard charcoals. This is some H nitrum, and also a kind of carbon pencil sort of compressed charcoal to do some dark notes. Between those two little tools, I'm going to kind of try to quickly push the drawing forward, so there's going to be some little tricks and so on that we can use to really enhance the image without doing too much work or spending too much time. So the first thing I'm going to do is, and I still have my kneadable eraser as well, but the first thing I'm going to do is just sharpen these two pieces of charcoal, just the same as we sharpened in the first two sessions with the other piece. So I've got my, maybe a bit sharper actually. Got my H to a nice sharp point. I'm just going to sharpen the pencil now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin with the carbon pencil or compressed charcoal that I'm using. Just going to swap my tabs around a bit on my computer. And I'm going to begin just working in those places I know are going to go super dark. I'm going to push them a little bit darker just to immediately get kind of slightly more impressive accents into the image. Now, bearing in mind doing anything like this is not going to be erasable, so you want to leave it till this kind of later stage, I would say, so you can be fairly confident where you're going to be putting these dark tones. Might be a tiny bit of forgiveness in terms of erasing, but not loads. But I'm still working fairly loosely. The idea is the whole thing's a pretty loose sketch here exercise. So there's a few other notes here and there, and we want to go quite dark. Can also start to just sort of neaten up some edges here and there. We'll be doing that a bit with the piece of H charcoal as well, though. And I can also use the eraser to neaten some stuff up as well if I want to. So this piece of H charcoal does almost the opposite thing to the carbon pencil or the compressed charcoal. So where that adds loads of tone, this barely adds any tone at all. So it's good for just kind of like adding little subtle adjustments here and there. And as I say, in tandem over the top of this image, they work pretty well. So I'm just using this darker pencil or carbon charcoal just to work a little bit on these textures. Yeah, that's quite nice. So again, I'm just using this darker charcoal just to go in and anywhere that needs to go much darker. So we're not doing loads of extra drawing today. You can see it's mostly just reworking and reinforcing things that are really important in the image. So that's a good way to kind of focus in your work if you're doing something like a sketch like this that you want to get done quickly. You know, you're not wasting any time on anything super unnecessary or that's maybe not going to contribute quite as much to the overall effect that you're trying to capture. You can see I'm still working really loosely, not getting too hung up on any details here or there. Then down here as well, I just want to try to get a little bit of the sense of the beard textures. So I'm just cleaning it up a little bit now. Still got little bits and pieces here and there to kind of carry on working through. It's certainly getting there. There's not loads that we want to spend time on today. Certainly want to limit myself to only probably another 20 minutes or so with the piece, which probably makes it maybe a little bit over an hour in total that I've spent on it, and I want it to just stay at about that length of time. So you can see I can now use this H, which is super hard, and I even things out a little bit here and there. Lays down a little bit of tone, but not loads. Again, just trying to catch a little bit of texture without doing too much. Trying to be as efficient as possible. So yeah, just about there, I think. There's certainly things that aren't exactly the same as the original. I wasn't necessarily expecting with this kind of sketch, trying to work under kind of more rapid process than I normally would if I was trying to do something really kind of finished. This is kind of, I'm fairly happy with this level of detail and this level of accuracy as well. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could try to be super accurate, more and more accurate with yours, and it's a good exercise for trying to improve your accuracy when drawing quickly. Found a nice little sort of crack in the face here, which is a good little detail to pop in. Those sorts of things are always really good for cast. They give a nice character to the drawing, and they always work pretty easily. Like, they're not that hard to make look good, and it's always nice to have things like that in your drawing that kind of So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm pretty happy with that one. So if this is your you've just popped into this video, you can have a look through the previous 2 videos. If you've watched through all of them, hopefully you've enjoyed them and found them useful, and maybe worked on your own, which would be really great. If you finish this particular one, like you copy the same one as me, you can go through and find some others on the Met Museum website. As I say, it's a really great resource for learning. And you can look through all the other videos that we provide as well on YouTube and on the OCAD website. So lessons from myself and other tutors, and you can look at the kind of more fully fledged courses as well that we offer, and see if anything takes your fancy. But yeah, I'll be seeing you guys soon with another set of lessons. But until then, enjoy.